Every morning, up to 5 days a week, Wong Si-yung goes to work. At 85 years of age, she earns less than $4 an hour.
It's obviously not quite enough, but she can still manage to scrape by. I just have to be frugal.
In Hong Kong, there's no pension for those already retired or over 65 years of age. Instead, there's what's called the Old Age Living Allowance of $280 a month. But Wong Si-yung says that's not enough to cover her rent and basic living.
I still have to earn a living. I still need to eat, and therefore I need to find work.
In a city lacking much of a social safety net, going back to work after retirement is common. 80-year-old Young Yen has worked in this cobbler's stall for half of his life. He combines his earnings and his old age living allowance to pay his $200 a month rent.
If I solely depend on the allowance, it's definitely not enough. But since I earn some money from my job, then together it's enough.
The plight of the elderly in Hong Kong is at the heart of this photographic exhibition. Welfare groups want to highlight the challenges faced by almost 1 million people who are forced to rely on their savings to survive.
Living in Hong Kong is quite expensive. The price is going up. The rent is quite expensive, and also we are facing the inflation.
Around 1/3 of the elderly in Hong Kong live in poverty, while the government has recently pledged $6.5 billion to set up a retirement protection plan. It's yet to explain what it is, and the city's leader has all but ruled out creating a universal pension scheme. That was the recommendation in a government-commissioned report. The author of that report believes without a universal pension, the situation facing Hong Kong's rapidly ageing population is unsustainable.
When they are working, they can save very little for the future. And so when they now retire, they expect their children to support them. But in Hong Kong, I'm afraid that children nowadays, they could not support their elderly parents anymore.
Young Yen says he'd welcome any government help, but sadly, it's a debate that many of the elderly don't expect to be resolved in their lifetime. Sarah Clark, Al Jazeera, Hong Kong.
And at this time on Thursday, Al Jazeera has Adrian Brown reporting from Shanghai on how China's need for care facilities for the elderly is stimulating foreign